Thrand here, and we have a very special episode here. We got a package in from Medieval Shoppe, and we've got a miscellaneous package. It has all different types of items. We've got everything from fan braces, helms or helmers. We've got weapons. We've got a motley mix here. It's like a like I said, a miscellaneous package, and it would take us a very long time because it's packed in a box. You wouldn't even believe this stuff would fit in. Everything was oiled, wrapped in plastic. The fan braces were not laced up, so they were just flat, so you couldn't really see what they were, and they were still sealed up. So what we did is we took everything out here. We went through it and cataloged to see what we had, and put it out for you. Because if we were to try to do the box, it would have taken way longer than we have time to even show you all the items, since he sent us so many things. And we're very appreciative of Medieval Shoppe for sending us this stuff. We're going to actually do tests on it. We'll test the helms out, test the bracers out, evaluate everything. But right now we're just going to go through it and talk about it. And the main weapon we got in here, I'd like to start off with it first, because it's the only actual weapon that we got. It's a javelin head. Looks very much like an old Viking javelin head or Norse javelin head you'd find in a grave site or grave find. It's not decorated. You could decorate it if you wanted to, but this is very well made. I could see this. He says javelin. I could see this being used as a spearhead. If you didn't want a big winged spear with a broad head, this would work very well for any type of thrusting. So I'd like to test that out both ways. I'd like to test this to see how well it throws as a javelin, and I'd like to also test it and see. It seems so well made in the material it's made out of. I would like to test it and see how well it thrusts as an actual spear, a heavy spear, and like maybe even some armor. It's gonna be awesome. Let's go to like some of the smaller things here before I get into the bigger things that we definitely have that are armor oriented. A brooch. This is a Norse brooch, dragon brooch, or a Viking brooch. And yes, even though it has a pin style on the back and it actually clasps very much like you'd see on modern things, it's made very primitive. It's very possible for a brooch to be made this way in ancient times, and I believe this one's on sale right now. It is beautiful. I could see you closing your, if you want to close your tunic with it at the top, because believe it or not, the Vikings would always have it buttoned to the top or have it closed to the brooch. They wouldn't have it open where you could see the man's chest. They thought that was vulgar. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. It's very true. They would have it sealed at the top. So this would work very good on that or for anything you need a brooch for. Very beautiful work. Now let's get into what else we have here. I will start with the bracers, not that they're the least, but they're very nice armor. We have them laced up here, and this is what he considers the bronze studded leather bracers, or van braces. And all you got to do, these are laced pretty tight for me right here to slip it on, but it just slips right up on the arm, and it covers almost up to the elbow. And it's also done very nicely the way it's done around the wrist, so you can actually use your arm. It's well stitched. So if you look at these are made in such a way they're just going to last a long time. They look really good at ren fairs. These type of protection for the arm, I mean, can be documented as far back as I guess men have worn armor and leather armor. So we've got these, the bronze studded. We have the round studded. These are very pronounced, giant round studs. I love this. I really, really do. I love this. The same design, well stitched. They lace up so you can adjust the tightness. They'll fit anybody, one size fits all. And then over here, we have just the regular studded. And I like the way they've done it. They've almost done it in a gambeson style, where they've laced, because you got different types of, you've got 2 different layers of leather here, and it's stitched together like quilted. I love the way that looks. That gives it a very unique look. And they lace up as well. They're made the same design. Like I said, one size fits all. They're pretty cool. We'd like to test them out and see how protective these actually would be to protect your arms. Maybe on one of the sets we'll see what we can do with that. And then as we work our way up to the helmets, I want to show something that's very early period. And yes, this could very much be paired with some kind of bracers like that. Or all the way these bracers could go up into the Viking era or later. We have a belt, and it has tassels. This is very much like a Roman or Greek belt. And we have, the actual tassels have studs, and these studs look like bronze studs. I don't think they're actual bronze, but they're probably brass, but the way they're made, they look like old bronze studding. And I think they would actually help protect your legs. We might even try that out. Not only is it a very good costume in the respect of you were wearing it in an event and you were going for that time period, but also I think that they would actually have protective qualities. They're actually heavy. This is actually, like I said, like it looks like brass in good quality. They're thick, solid. I think it'd actually protect the actual legs, very much like the samurai armor does. But we'll go ahead and check more into this. I know the exact name on this belt. I don't know what he calls it. I know the van braces are what I told you. I'm pretty much sure on that. But we also have 3 helms here. We have a helmer or helms. This is a 10th century Norman helm, and you can see here the design. Look at we got 3 helms here, and they're very similar. If you look at the way they're crested and the shape, they're not Spangen helms because they're not put together with actual lobes or lobs. They're put together in one unit. And in this one, as you can see, this is like a later century Norman helm, and you almost see a cross pattern here, not quite, but this looks very much like some of the finds we found. This is a black. It's very beautiful. On the inside we have actual strapping, so it would keep it off your head. And of course you would have your gambeson or your padding, and it's got your chin strap. And the nasal, the pronounced nasal that everybody expects to see. You expect to see this on Normans. You expect to see helmets like this on Crusaders, believe it or not, all the way up into that time period. Okay, then we have the Byzantine helm, and this is a progression. If you really look at this, this one's not blackened, but this is a progression. This idea here is just having a nasal, you have an entire visor. This visor has brass studding, which very much looks like bronze, but it's brass studs, and it has holes so you can breathe. You can also kind of see out of these holes, and it has your eye slots. So this is a lot more facial protection. It has your cheek plates, very much like a Roman helm, so it protects your actual sides of your face as well. And it has a piece on the back, so if anything were to come in and hit in the back, you actually have more protection. Now, is it a full helm? Almost. Very, very close. But as we see the progression, we get up from the 10th century. This is a little bit later century, the Byzantine. You get all the way up to the 13th century, and you start seeing stuff like this. This is like a great helm or a sugarloaf helm. And the idea is they went to stronger metals but a little bit thinner, but they used the same idea as they used on these helmets, the same shape, so things would glance off. Some sugarloafs are actually made more pointed towards the back, more like a sallet, but this is a sugarloaf with a dome, very much like the earlier helmets. And this is the Crusader sugarloaf. You can see because you have the cross pattern. So this is definitely something a Crusader would be wearing. It's a beautiful helm. Sometimes a small helm will be worn under it and a male coif. And this would give you extremely added protection against poleaxes and stuff like that. And arrows, lances, so on. You could even take it off if you had to with the smaller helm under it and the male. This is a beautiful helm. As far as I know, they're all the same gauge. We'll test one of these helms out for sure. Not sure which one, and see how protective it is, but I can tell they're going to hold up really well already. And I think I've pretty much gone through everything here on the table. We have a green shirt, a medieval shirt. Unfortunately, I don't have it on right now, and I don't have it laying on the table, but you can see it in the imagery here. We'll show it to you. It's a beautiful green shirt. We've got a few little extra accessories here. We're not sure what it is. This is a miscellaneous box. To be honest, they're here. I'm going to find out exactly what this is, but he sent us some different stuff. I think it was actual extra stuff for what have you, or we'll find out what it categorized under. They look like buttons or some kind of beads. But anyway, I wanted you to see this. We're very excited about it. It was supposed to be a surprise for us. He did not tell us anything that was in this box. I think he knew I was really looking for a javelin head or a more streamlined spearhead. So, and the helms, I mean, are spectacular. I love these helms. They're so well made, and they show a progression. I'd like to actually do a video about talking about the progression and time periods and how they kept getting more and more protected. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Medieval Shop. Be sure and go by and like us on Facebook. We have our Thrand and Eldgrim's Well of Remembrance. We also have the Thrand YouTube Boat Crew, which is a private group. You can ask to be a member there. I'm sure you can join. We have people that are experts in almost every field. We have, I guess, over 300 members there. I mean, you could ask them anything and they'll know. Be sure and like and subscribe on our channel here. Like the video. Tell us what you think about the items and what you'd like us to do with them, how you'd like us to test them. If you'd like to help out with our testing to help us to gain testing materials, you can donate over at www.patreon.com/Thrand, And you can donate monthly there if you like. You can cut it off if you don't want to donate continuously, but if you want to make a one-time donation, you can do Thrand at yahoo.com as a ID for PayPal. That's an email address, but it's PayPal Thrand at yahoo.com. If you'd like to contact me about donating items like Medieval Shop does with us and have us test them out or check them out, whether you have a company or you are a blacksmith or an armorer or you created something or have something you'd like to check out, maybe a historical item. Can't guarantee when you sit it back, but we sure can test it. Contact me at thrand@gmail.com. So I hope you enjoyed our little episode, our package opening. That's a special. I'm very excited about this stuff, and be sure and tune in for more exciting episodes, and farewell.